There we go. We come in peace. These graphics are quite good actually. Look, what do you think? Oh my word. Look really nice. Yeah, when I bought this, I thought to myself, I bet the graphics are gonna look that great. You know, they're actually a lot better than I expected. I like that.
We are honored you've
Got a nice little detail in the characters. I actually like.
Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is
We come in
Commander
peace.
Jara Rydick, first officer
Yeah.
aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Lydians.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives
There we go.
of the mighty Federation, the reigning authority in the galaxy.
Man, he's good. He's
So
good.
I've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But
I told that guy,
either way,
Jesus Christ.
we're grateful you.
I want to stand a fight. I want to stand a chance to fight that guy.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron.
They don't
Here
let
is
it go,
our
guys.
ultimate minds.
No. Oh, he's angry now. Oh, there we go.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to
This
come
stuff
here.
is going to get very awkward, I'll say.
If you'll excuse me.
Yes, sir. This is going to get very awkward.
I think we're about to begin.
Better her than me.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here. That guy was something.
That may be true. But let's keep an open mind.
Keep an open
going into the
mind.
Negotiations. Hopefully he's just one voice amongst many.
Then let's hope he's the outlier.
The Hotari have invited us as their guests, so we must show them the proper respect.
I'll tell you, Spock looks pretty good for his age. There he does. There we go. Into the lion's den. I love the bugs to pop up in there. That'd be cool if the bug popped up and you have to go against them. That would have been cool. Ship being attacked by the bug. That would have been cool, that. I don't know, but, you know, you never know, they might do a DLC for it. Who knows? This game's actually quite good. I'm not sure if there's a DLC for this game. I have no idea. I've not heard nothing about it. Yeah, strength. Much just like that, but whatever. You can't tell.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Holtari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives
Evaluate this
is not only an
argument,
honor to
okay.
Holtari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Lydian control, as it has been for centuries.
Well, this is getting a
and
little
for
bit complicated, but
that has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will
Oh, man.
be silenced.
how are we going to sort this
This
problem
point
out?
is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
I think we should let Spot sort this problem out.
Request, Your Majesty.
For now.
I'm trying to keep an open mind here.
If it doesn't work, just give them all a neck pinch.
I
Knock
thought
'em all
they
out.
wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliard?
She's not
She
part
can speak for herself, can she?
Of course you can.
Then let
Now they picked the wrong option. There you go. Okay, say the right thing, shall I? I'm just gonna say any random stuff because should have caused some trouble. Or should have just like, well,
Now then, one should know their place.
plus you got coins for freaking.
What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask.
Oh what? A bow?
Is Hotari Prime, part of the Hotari system.
My apologies, Your Majesty. I meant no disrespect.
Better.
Yeah, you got a sweat by
You
her.
are Kobliard. Your people
I don't think I want to borrow,
suffered
to be
brutal
honest.
treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliard is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the
Nancy's got a bit of an ego problem.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Illyrians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet!
Oh god. Huh. This is gonna take some doing. This is.
The Kobliard suffered. You finally had the chance to right that wrong. To get out from under their control.
Oh
Would
god.
you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
I would. I would seek peace. Yeah.
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it.
Well, Starfleet, you need
There is
peace.
no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor.
Yeah,
So
good.
I would willingly
That's a good
accept
argument.
a
That.
peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
That's how you do it.
You may be right.
There we go. We got it sorted at last.
Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines.
We call them the Peace
It's
Walkers.
in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace.
Well, that's what she wants,
why are
peace.
you really here?
Oh hell.
I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
As Ambassador Spock has said, we've come seeking a peaceful resolution to this conflict.
I'm sticking with
and
my.
have no interest in your dilithium.
I'm sticking with it right now.
As naive as you must think. The Federation has done business with the Illyrians for decades, which makes me question your motives.
Huh.
What they
Oh,
haven't
great.
said but cannot deny is a simple truth. The dilithium
So we've got
trade
some
will
respect
not and
from-
will no longer exist
From
without
Spock.
a
What's the other guy's name? I
Lydian
can't remember now.
We created it for the benefit of everyone,
I
especially
say
the
Negan. Negan's or something
We've
like
given
that.
them warp technology.
He's
We've let them
back.
share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
Oh
That is
crap.
enough
Okay,
of
that
your
didn't work.
lies.
Uh-oh. Now we're in
Tari
trouble.
are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries.
Uh-oh. Get my faces
tell
up.
me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau?
Oh crap.
Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari
Why the hell is she more angry?
or the Illyrians? Can only be one or the other, not both.
I'll go for them
If
now.
I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation
Oops.
make any other
Hey, man.
choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
Mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our minds by any means necessary.
Ah, crap.
More blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns.
Okay, that helped.
Yours as well, Representative.
Should let
I
spot chicken.
suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
Listen, I watched this then, it would have went the same way. Okay, I disagree with it.
I suppose there is some sense to that.
Well, hell, that was close. Well, it was about to be a punch out then. Phasers on the radar. And it's weird, when you can put phasers on stun too,
I
like.
hope we meet again.
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
It's been a pleasure, Commander.
I think that would have went the same. I would have changed so if I changed a different choice, but still. That was kind of awkward. Alright, I'm not sure what he was thinking then.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front.
Tuh.
You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers.
Oh, okay, this is gonna be fun.
We need
Walk
to
on.
find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Guess we're gonna get some information at last. Get the back. Get the Oh, here we go. Oh, this is more. This is a while since I've walked around. I like the part where you could just walk around and ask questions and stuff.
The captain and ambassador have it handled. I've got my own mission.
Alright, okay, so I'm gonna have to ask some questions. Nice pace though. So that's this guy over here.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari.
Right, at least just put them in a good
I knew
mood.
the Federation would see through the Illidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
To be clear, I'm not on either side of this conflict. Our only interest is peace.
Exactly.
I will keep
Best to
that
stay
in mind.
neutral, I'd say.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Illidians.
Could do a battle right now.
Seized, reclaimed.
I don't know battle on this game, but I know there is battles on this game.
Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive before the Illidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Were the Hotari miners armed during the revolt? I'm just trying to understand how it happened.
If by that you mean armed with centuries of abuse and exploitation at
With
the hands of
weapons.
the Illidians, then yes.
Which doesn't really answer my question.
Sounds about right,
We
doesn't
have
it?
been vastly overwhelmed from the start. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force.
She's got 3 picks, quite impressive.
The more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is
Too bad you couldn't be data, that would have been cool having a data in the character. Oh, that would have been cool. They need to start a game like that with data. Oh, that happens. Maybe have his own command of a ship.
Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship,
Who else?
ready to contend with anything the Illidians might have in store.
Maybe Riker, that'd be cool.
Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
Exactly.
The Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation.
The Enterprise
But
E,
yes,
that's more of a warship.
I see.
I'd love to walk around the... Oh.
Sidron,
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Oh yeah, sure it would. There's not phases on it. Actually, you know, I don't mind a phaser fight. What's this?
soothing.
It's water. Got a drink again, yeah? There you go. Oh, this game's got really well detail. You can look around the camera like that.
Commander Rydek,
Talk to her.
I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this
A
conflict
legendary
than he is.
Sabak.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further.
It changes that around in more, Lennon in mod, but yeah, it's good to hear him in this game again. It's pretty awesome.
I saw you speaking with Sidron.
You get a certain presence, and yeah, it's fair.
I'm
It's a good
curious,
actor.
what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands.
Oh, that's true.
He's a minor, not a diplomat.
A guy like that, yeah, mine is pretty very useful. I've never seen these species before in Star Trek. I don't remember anyway.
Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war.
Oh.
My fear has been that the Illidians will launch
She's
an
a
attack
tall
and
woman, though.
crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the ion storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Illidians weren't willing to risk their ships.
It's that storm again, isn't it?
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace
Telltale did
just
this
as
game. I
much
remember playing the
secrecy and
Walking. They
security.
did the Walking Dead game, and they did that Batman
It
game.
could be something they brought back from the mines.
I did play those Batman, the Walking Dead games for
Maybe
changes,
inquiries,
but
but everyone
what is
pretends
it?
it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
What do you think it is?
I've heard rumors it's some sort of ancient artifact, but I haven't seen it.
What's that line going across there? I don't know what that is.
How can we know?
Well, Scratch is back to say something then.
I'd better see what's happening.
What's going off? Everyone's just going off all the
Do you
time.
think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find.
So a
and then send it to
tricorder.
me.
Taking some trust into there.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look
Yeah,
forward
need
to
some
meeting you
information,
again.
love. Need some information. I reckon this game they've gone back to the old Star
I
Trek.
couldn't help but notice you
Into
were
the stuff
speaking
we've got
with
now.
the Otari this whole time.
So the stuff Star Trek now to me
I
isn't
figured
Star
in the
Trek.
interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
You know what I
Of
mean? None of
course.
the Star Trek that we've got. Yeah.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future.
Look at that blooming mats up there.
So,
Like,
why
freaking
you
nice
would
looking
choose
mats.
to
Good
side
patterns and
with the
stuff.
Otari escapes me. Without Illidian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly, you weren't aware.
Nope.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
We're sticking with peaceful.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price?
We're going to live long
Major
as possible
Solid,
now.
Minter,
Of course, it's not a
Special
Vulcan.
Attaché, Illidian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have
This guy's
my
quite tall
issues
too.
with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity.
That's quite impressive. Like a party
Inciting an
having.
uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime
Oh, no one's had a
storm.
punch out yet, so no
Our
punch has been thrown.
assumption was
So.
that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told.
Where did it come from? Yeah.
Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt.
Oh,
How else do
fair.
a bunch of unarmed, unorganized
Well, at least it's not the
miners seize
Nexus.
control
I
of
would have
an
liked to see the
entire
Nexus
much less
return. That'd be
thousands of
cool.
mines. But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm.
I get an
I
energy.
know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
The energy readings we've seen are off the charts. There's no way they'd be able to somehow harness it. That sort of technology doesn't even exist.
I know. I felt the same way.
Sounds impossible.
But each person told the same story.
Nothing else. Another one going in there.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Okay. There you are. No one else to talk to. Talk to someone over here. I want to talk to people. I like these aliens. Pretty cool. So over here. Oh, I can't go this way. Oh, there you are. Look at the banners, see? I don't know if you look at the
They
banners.
seem proud of their culture. Pride can lead to rash action.
What a lovely place to live, though, eh? Guess we got our answers. Right, we're going straight back this way, now. There we are. Here's Spock. Mr. Spock.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
Are you kidding me? What was the point of that then?
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
You say perhaps. Well, that's great, isn't it? There's the ship. I like the go like the
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve.
thing of the ship. That's
Warp
pretty
bubble
cool.
stability degrading. Increase
I like the way it jumps to each character. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It's always happening. It's always happening.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp
I like the
systems or
engine room.
anything
That's
with the
a
ship,
cool part of the ship.
the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself?
What's going off out there?
You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Maybe it's the junk out there.
Prevents it or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
We need to know more.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles.
There's just guest
and
shower.
not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired.
Well, this ship's getting nowhere.
Captain
Stuck in a
Solano's on his way
ditch,
back
so-
from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
We'll just push it. Sun stands outside and just push the ship.
I'll prep a shuttle.
Oh, sounds like a plan. Scientific methods. Alright, so cool. Haha. decent sized ship though. Not the biggest ship in the fleet, but
Setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field.
the Enterprise E was bigger than the Enterprise D. That's still a big ship though. Oh, here we go. Complete a mission. Fly forward. Fly backwards. Turn. Alright. Oh, this is so cool.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce
Close.
the warp field
Hey, this is the
collapse
closest
after
to
the
find
first
this
probe is
shuttle.
deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position
Chovak.
And Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Chovak
Don't
probably
flash
isn't
through
such a
for
fun
that.
guy to work for, huh?
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
Oh crap.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Remind me of it when I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
We got this. I'm gonna fall right in the middle of that damn thing.
This is far enough.
We're there. We're there at last, at last.
Transporting the first probe into position.
There you go, that's one. It looks like a damn, it looks like a damn bloody... It doesn't sound like some kind of cup.
First probe is deployed.
Understood. We are
Trophy
reading
or
it.
whatever.
We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem? I just
There's
can't
always,
get a handle on her. Commander Rydak.
there's always a problem.
She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and use the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive.
It's like decisions that they're not mentioning
I'm not
later
saying there's
on.
anything
Really
wrong
cool.
with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least
Yeah.
give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse.
No, she's alright.
3, 2, 1, mark.
How was that?
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
It's not the ship, man.
With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there.
Alright, oh, there we go.
Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydak showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer.
Right, it ready. Hey.
What a load of crap. I mean, said that about Chovak. Sure.
I appreciate the advice, Commander. I'll make sure I keep my options open.
I don't need to tell you how to operate. You're already well on your way. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. Who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too. Of course, if you get an officer's commission, they'll put you on another ship.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy where I am.
You must be a glutton for punishment. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has been known to take decades to warm up to people.
I'm doing alright. I'm going. I made my shutter handling is not flying out handling is not perfect, but you know I'm doing alright. Why is it?
Here.
We got there. Got there in the end.
Stop the engines. Deploying the probe.
We got.
Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very
Try
good.
again.
Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. On.
Holy moly, what's that?
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
That's
What
very
about the
strange.
scans? Anything?
Someone's put there on purpose, I think.
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers.
Huh.
We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Oh, great way to park, eh? Okay. Right. Move. What am I supposed to do with this? Oh.
We got something.
I got to it.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Huh.
Let's see if I can find some
I
more.
wasn't sure. Wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing then. I thought that's weird. Where's that come from? I thought it went down that way. I must have missed it. Where's the one?
Hold up.
It's
This is
funny
coming
because
from the
I thought it went past them, but
Beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally.
yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this? We came here to help these people.
So,
And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
oh, that's the new one.
Look here. It's the current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations.
We're getting in slow, that's for sure.
They line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just
Oh,
a
hell.
small part of something much bigger.
Yeah, this didn't seem too serious compared to what's behind the freaking curtain.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're
Suspicions.
doing this. One thing is clear.
Thank you, Mr.
Uh-oh.
Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A
Not
targeted
good.
weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered.
Oh yeah.
More importantly, the tenor of the
It's
Hotari
illogical.
negotiations.
And here I thought the Illydians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship.
It's a big ship.
This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
We're right to be worried. If they're targeting the Resolute and we can't go to warp, that effectively leaves us at their mercy.
Which puts us in a rather difficult position.
Exactly.
Especially if they have more tricks up their sleeve.
Besides that shit though.
Tylis, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it
Guess
back
we're
to the
heading that way.
palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylis help us?
So you can trust her.
Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
Out of all of them, she's the one who seemed to genuinely appreciate that the Federation was involved.
Oh yeah.
She believes in us. And I think we can believe in her.
That may be true.
What's
She's
that
certainly more
freaking...
likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
Is that Negan agrees with her?
Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us?
Well, that's true. Good point.
There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
That's the thing. It doesn't make sense to bring us here. Tyler said that Galvin and Sidron have restricted access to the mines, even to the Hotari. So they don't want anybody to learn what they've found.
Then calling in the Federation is a funny way of going about it.
That's true.
I
I guess we're gonna find out the...
know what's really down on that moon
what's going on.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harness the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So
That
is a
is,
weapon
that is some
disrupts
some power, that is.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illydians and Hotari don't fall
Yeah.
into that category.
But that is all the more reason
So-
to investigate further.
No, maybe someone else who's behind the scenes.
Sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Atari. Queen's advisor, Tylis, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Let's talk to her. There she is.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
What's she doing?
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment.
I didn't know they could do that, man. Well, she got a mobile phone.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
What was that?
Got it.
We got it.
Tylis, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but
Uh-oh. She's gonna be spotted. She's gonna be spotted.
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
Oh crap.
We can
She's
only
in.
hope she escaped without harm.
I think she's in trouble.
It was hard to tell.
We have to help her. Send another shuttle.
We're
Or
not
maybe...
doing anything yet. Not until we know more.
We need to get your save, alright.
Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Yeah, man.
Tyler suspects this
Imagine having a road.
mines on Tau.
What is that?
It appears to be
A
of
desk?
ancient origin.
Futuristic desk?
The markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis. when we
There's
get
about
back to
nothing.
Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the
It's like a
Illydians.
desk where you sit on it and stuff
Then we
like
have to
that.
go into the mines.
The
Oh,
Federation
hell.
would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral
neutral party in a peace negotiation. However,
Too bad you couldn't bring a bunch of like your team down there, like choose who you want to go down with and take, and then work together in a team. That'd be cool.
with full justification.
Give orders to where the characters going.
We would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough. At least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Hotari are controlling the warp disruption. And targeting the Resolute.
We may have a better understanding.
We might be in trouble right now. Can't move a ship.
But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
Yeah, good idea. Going straight down. Oh. We're going back on the ship.
I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari.
Containment protocol.
Better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
Yeah, land that sucker.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
Tyson's got a cold. Chovak. Oh dear. Huh.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell
I thought he was talking then. It's got a woman's voice. What's going on?
How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Sounds like a plan.
Took some damage on the way.
That'd be cool walking on a starship. That'd be cool.
Scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds.
Well, you don't get paid for it, but hey, living pretty cool though.
Right. 3, 2, 1. It won't budge.
Alright, that was a bit tough.
Damage.
Still got a scar on her face.
Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement?
Nothing yet.
No. Nothing like that.
I'm waiting for the action start to kick in.
From the toolbox.
Oh, the rose.
Don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh?
Oh hell.
Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
What's up for? Let's go.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
So I want to be a bit professional. Oh. Alright. Yeah, it's coming down.
I'll help.
Yeah, that's it. 3 make a team.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get
Very
these
handy.
isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you?
Oh, almost.
Systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm good at what I do.
Huh. See like that.
I can see that.
Oh shit.
Come on, start pulling chips.
Was that a bad time, Red? Up. Oh, there we go. That's what Data did. Huh. All the chips. All the other ones. What damn dominoes. Oh, I dropped it. What was that?
What's this?
Did I just drop that on purpose? By accident. On purpose. Oh, I don't know if we got something at last. What is that?
Whoa.
I'm a bit wonky that
This
was.
substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at
Those little things coming really useful.
8.22 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level.
Yeah, I agree with
What's it
that.
doing in there?
No idea what she meant, but. Well, let's pick it up. Is that a good idea?
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination.
Well, that's actually a good point.
Containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
What is that?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Well, if it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device. Some kind of sabotage.
Alright, come back.
Or even a bomb.
Which is why we need to get it to the containment lab.
Come on.
I can't make an
Let's
exception.
beam it out of there.
Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are.
Yeah, I disagree with her.
But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle.
Could be a bit of a
All
threat,
these
but who knows?
crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. If you think you could do it without getting in trouble.
I'll find a way.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
Forgetting a book. Good books there. Just about to save myself then.
Okay, stand back.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Teleport it.
Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Okay.
Oh, we'll be there.
Good
Last
idea.
thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it
She's one
explode
smart
next to the
woman.
warp core.
Oh yeah.
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
Oh, this is job's got better.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you.
Oh, I thought so.
Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked.
It's got a lot of
Maybe
people
she knows
spooked.
more than us. Or it's because this is all happening so fast. But she usually doesn't scare easy.
You can't tell me you're not a little spooked, too.
Huh.
We all should be.
Believe me, I'm taking it seriously.
Yeah, no, something's not right. Something's not right.
Sending a distress call on her own? That's going too far. Although, you didn't seem to think so.
What does that mean? Blue, white, where?
She
Does
was
it red or
probably just
green
thinking
or
out
white?
loud.
Is
I'm
that
sure she'll
neutral?
come to her senses. This
We'll
mission has
see.
enough complications stacking up.
Oh, there's always complications.
We'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda, too.
We'll get there then. Oh, back on the ship. Symbols and legends. Back on the bridge. Is it a bridge? Not a bridge.
Made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus.
How big that map is
Mentioned
there.
an unusual
Cool.
artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm.
It's magical, like, actually get the ship and travel anywhere you want.
Has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydick, if you want to take it from here.
Of course.
We got this. Oh yeah, we gotta look at more big maps and
Tylus
stuff.
managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these
That is one big
scans
snooker
using my
ball.
tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon.
I heard this game has a DLC. That'd be cool. Another story mode.
Interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations.
What is that paint?
If
Oh,
anyone
that paint
from
is like.
Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Alright, find matching symbol. Ah, okay, this is fun. Ah. That's about right. Yeah, we got to it.
99.2% match.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that stuff. We've got Empire.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated
I'm sure they're
with the
Klingons
ancient
though.
Khan Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago.
Is that it?
Spanned millions of systems with a population number.
Not that long ago, was it?
Fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Takan technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Interesting.
Our knowledge of the Takan is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
We don't have the first idea what this is or what it means. And we have all of the Federation records available to us.
Perhaps we should see what else the Federation records show.
Yeah, let's do some more investigation, sure.
What is the last recorded discovery of other Takan artifacts?
On stardate 413.6.4, the USS Enterprise D under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay, this is good. The Enterprise D.
System. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy draining field was
That is
deployed
cool.
against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Huh.
Unbreakable energy draining field.
Alright, it's going back flashbacks to the past. Pretty cool.
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the
God, I hope they do a starship with set on the Enterprise. Oh man. So good.
Someone from the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the
I need to watch Star Trek again. Yeah, the Next Generation.
Technology of the Takan outpost.
That's what I watched it last year. I watched the movies, then watched Picard.
The was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
Interesting.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology
Sort of great ship.
The comprehension of then current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotel.
The Enterprise D. I like the fact he popped up in season 4. No, season 3 of Picard.
We have Takan technology on board right now.
I would love to have seen the Enterprise D in it though. That would have been cool. Maybe to like go out on top that ship. You actually see it destroyed and stuff. I'd love to see that. But
there appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
That's
a
interesting.
Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
I wonder why.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
Yeah,
It makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
I suppose they got the reasons.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is
Just
not
imagine they did like a Voyager game or Deep Space Nine. That'd have been cool.
consisting of 11 planets.
That's when I'm playing this thing with myself. This match did do like a Voyager game or Next Generation or Deep Space Nine game. Oh my god!
Just be a coincidence.
This is actually a pretty solid game.
But if the Hotari have to contact
Maybe wait to explore more, but apart from that, it's pretty good.
willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
There's only one way to find out. We need to see what's down there for ourselves.
Yeah.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference.
Get down those mines, because I don't mind whatsoever.
A specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
Commander Rydek's right.
Gotta get down there.
We need to know what's down there, what the Hotari are hiding, to better understand what we're up against, and to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side.
Oh.
However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our
We've got to stay neutral right now.
That's why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission in Tau.
On our own, okay.
Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. Given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone.
Oh, come on.
I'm hoping Tylis can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk.
Stay standing on our own.
The
That's
last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality, aggravating an already tense.
But you're sending one person just to go down there.
Can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
It's a risk we have to take. We need to know what we're up against.
Agreed. And of course, you'll have the full support of the Resolute throughout.
Oh yeah.
We must take every precaution.
Live long and prosper.
Get in touch with Tylis and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illidians have moved additional ships.
Keep saying that same,
Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we
I was just wondering about them, but it's just me.
In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime?
Horrified.
So, we'll provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed.
No, give it a little time.
Delegation from my ready room. We all know
But
what we need to do.
she's got to disguise though. She can't be wearing a uniform and she could drop on there. Oh yeah. I bet she means business. Off we go. Straight to the planet.